We're going to be doing something a little bit different today, as evidenced by the fancy new control cam that I am going to be using for this segment and segments similar to it only. I got my USB sensor bar in the mail recently, so I thought I'd go ahead and do some of the stuff that I've been skipping over. And hopefully I won't suck too many eggs at it. This is kind of an interesting new recording setup for me, but I feel good having the sensor bar, and I can connect actual Wiimotes and do things that way. And if you're wondering, no, the rest of the segments will not be featuring me using an actual Wiimote. For the most part, I'll still be using my regular controller setup. I'll just be doing this for what I refer to as the silly and or stupid minigame segments. So I think we've got at least 3 of those piled up right now, so that's what this segment aims to do. Now, I know I called them stupid and silly, but I actually do kind of like them. Is there any way to make this go faster? Oh, you have to hold A. There I go, not paying attention again. Just like always. See, if you've played Super Mario Sunshine, there was a surfing minigame in that, although I think that one was far more dangerous because if you ever hit a wall, you instantly died. This one, you just have some weird river that's floating on nothing, and you just have to make sure you don't fall off. And I will jump for no reason. Hop and hop, and oh my gosh, I almost did something crazy. Well, so far this is not so bad. I do not think you have to beat the time listed. I think you just have to get to the end. Oh my goodness. That was a close one. I am not sure how these recordings are going to turn out because I'm using an entirely new program so I can get the patented control cam up and running. So hopefully this will turn out okay, but I'm going to be... I made a save state before I started this recording, and also just in case this recording comes out horribly, but if you're seeing this, then that means it came out fine, or at least good enough. And we won! Hooray! Sorry, gotta make all my reactions down here so you can see me. You know, he calls that a gold medal, but are stars really gold? They were definitely bright yellow in 64. Although in this game, yeah, they definitely appear to be a lot more golden. Maybe they changed the color of the stars just because of that one line. No, I kind of doubt that they would actually do that. Alright, 1 minigame down, 2 to go. Now we're going to be doing my favorite of the silly minigames, and kind of the reason why I even have the control cam in the first place, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to have to do like some of this gargle mesh. But one of the really cool parts, in my opinion anyways, is that the music actually changes in speed and tempo depending on how fast you're moving. So that makes things exciting? I don't know. Let me guess, you're going to tell me how the controls work. Ah, Billboard. I don't want to listen to Billboard, I want to get the star. Get on the ball! Alright, I'm holding it just like you want it. That's what we call the basic position. Yep, and then you tilt it like a this. If anything gets in your way, smoosh it! Yeah, I like how all the billboards say hey. I actually played Super Mario 64 with a random Galaxy-inspired texture pack a long time ago, and all of the signposts in that game were made to say hey on front of them. It just big block letters H-E-Y. then I decided to have a little bit more fun, and I downloaded a code that allows you to play as a sign, and then I found the texture that says hey, and then changed it to my name so that I was playing as a sign with my name on it. I thought that was kind of cool. So this first time that we are doing this is, of course, as soon as I begin to say, hey, this isn't that hard, I immediately die. Once more, with feeling, and preferably one of those feelings will be the feeling of being alive because we didn't die. Move your butts. Yeah, we got some coins here if you feel like taking an unnecessary risk and going for that stuff, but the only thing you'll get out of it are star bits, coins, and lives, none of which are things that I'm willing to risk my life over. There won't be any, like, bonus secret stars or anything. Man, I just barely avoided that again. This is where I died last time, and I nearly died again. Alright. Die, Hoover. Thank you. Yeah, it's not easy to collect star bits, because you gotta go like this to collect star bits, and then you gotta go like this to move. Oh, hey, we finished already. Hole in... well, a lot, because if touching the ball counts as a stroke, and I was touching the ball constantly, that means it was a hole in, like, a lot of strokes. Do like the way that flag is billowing in the wind, though. Although, is it consistent with how the windmill is turning? Actually, it might be, because the flag's blowing to the right, and the windmill's going like this. You know what I'm talking about. Now, off to the kitchen. I am noticing that the frame rate is kind of taking a dive compared to my other recording setup, which is why I'm not planning on having the control cam for most of these segments, because this is a little nasty. And finally, last and least, this galaxy. Let's make sure this is the type of galaxy that I think it is. This is what I think it is. This is one that actually was kind of totally doable with my previous recording setup, but would have been really annoying because there would have been tons upon tons of random messing around with the right control stick, so that's why I decided to reserve it for when I was using the controller. This is probably my least favorite of the mini-games just because of how sensitive the whole balloon, the whole bubble thing is, but just gotta remain in concentration and collect a whole bunch of pointless coins. And try not to go too fast. Speed will bite you, as my driving instructor said many, many times. No, I want to get that one. Come on. Come on. There we go. My voice sounds different is because, well, I may or may not be sick at the time. I refuse to admit whether or not I'm sick, but I have been coughing a lot. I just need a lozenge. Yeah, so we got all the stuff, but that is by no means the ending of this. Actually, this is a very, very good spot to farm star bits, because if you die, you'll spawn right here, and you get a 1-up with every 50, so you can just keep dying over and over again and collecting those just under 50-ish star bits each time. Or maybe it is exactly 50. Either way, that's my recommendation for farming star bits in this game. Which is something I may end up doing later, but I don't intend on making you watch me do it, because that'll be annoying. Maybe I'll have a silly montage of me do it with some catchy music, but we all know that can't happen, because if I put any kind of music on this, the copyright police will take me forever. Which isn't that much to begin with. Okay, I died. Trans-Terminator style. Why did I want to say Transformer? Well, at least now you get to see what I mean by the whole farming starbits thing. Maybe they did this on purpose because they were like, hey, this star is really dumb. you're probably going to die a whole bunch. How about we put 50 star bits at the start so that they can keep getting lives? I guess if they really felt that way, they would have just stuck a random 1-up mushroom right there, but it just goes to show limited lives in a game that isn't on arcade is really dumb, in my opinion at least. So we gotta try and go slow here and not be super crazy. But we will be a little crazy. Woohoo! It's like, don't make any sudden moves. Yes, now we got to leave the bubble, and then we got to go back into the bubble. I got it! A bubble buddy! Oh my gosh, I almost got squeezed to death. I don't know why that's such a why that's a trope. If you, like, no matter what, it seems if you get squished in between two platforms, it's an automatic death in almost every kind of game. Even Smash Brothers, of all things, where death is defined quite differently than it is in most games. It is possible to get squished in certain bits of the subspace emissary, and if that happens, you will die immediately. Pop the bubble! No. Okay. Phew. Alright. We must exit our vehicle again. Oh, or maybe we can just go for the star. Or not. Is there anything of importance here? Oh, maybe. Okay. Alright, fine. You've got me curious. Alright, it's a door that leads to a shortcut. Who cares? Get star. And I think that ought to do it for this episode of Silly Minigames with Patented Control Cam. See you guys later.
Luigi!